Ave Regina, Mater misericordiae, vita dulcedo, estes nostra salve.
The Lord be with you. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew. Jesus proposed a parable to the crowds. The kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed that a person took and sowed in a field. It is the smallest of all the seeds, yet when full grown, it is the largest of plants. It becomes a large bush, and the birds of the sky come and dwell in its branches. He spoke to them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like yeast that a woman took and mixed with 3 measures of wheat flour until the whole batch was leavened. All these things Jesus spoke to the crowd in parables. He spoke to them only in parables, to fulfill what had been said through the prophet. I will open my mouth in parables, and I will announce what lay hidden from the foundation of the world. The Gospel of the Lord. Today is the feast of Saint Anne and Saint Joachim, literally chosen by God and planted by Him so that He could have the perfect mixture to provide a life and a home for the Blessed Mother. Something that lay hidden for many, many generations. And as I was meditating on this morning, what struck me is we don't hear too much about Joachim and Anne, and yet they had a profound impact. It's a testimony of the impact that our own fidelity to Christ can have on other people. To be simple and faithful as Joachim and Anne. And these little acts of fidelity can have profound effect, but might not be so obvious at first. And so God calls us to be like this mustard seed and this wheat, to allow Him to give us grace and assistance, that we might become part of that leaven that affects the world. He says it in other ways in the gospel. He calls us salt for the earth and light to the world. Eventually, all these things become exposed and grow great fruit. I was just personally thinking this morning also about how many people influenced my life in a very quiet way. In some cases, people who were vital to my vocation to the priesthood. And so we can all, by cooperating with the grace, as Anne and Joachim did, we can all have a profound impact on the world, but it will lay hidden. Probably we won't know the full impact until we stand before God at judgment and He says, by the way, I want to show you a few things that you didn't quite catch while you were on the earth. But what has lain hidden from the foundation of the world will be revealed. Let us stand in prayer.
Regina Celi, letare, alleluia, qui aquam meruisti portare, alleluia, resurrexit sicut dixit, alleluia, Deum, Alleluia.